The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the ECAT staff or board of directors.
There's a girl, she's a star, she's got style, Steffi Star, you see her face around the town, she's popular, Steffi Star.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Weinstein.
And I'm Meredith Keach.
And we work with Coldwell Banker. We have a top-notch real estate team of 11 people, and we can help you with everything from, everything real estate.
Sales.
Yeah, sales. Yeah, residential,
We're
commercial.
a little off because we're a little starstruck today.
Yeah, we can't even, I don't even know what to say. Oh my God, I had to wear this special jacket.
It's very stunning, may I add.
Thank you.
Sandy, how about an introduction? Sandy Poirier.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Sandy Poirier.
boys
Sandy
and
Poirier.
girls,
Sandy Poirier.
introducing the winner of American Beauty, Sandy. Wow. Oh, and let's not forget Wally.
Wally.
And Wally.
And I'm back.
Wally, thank God for Wally. He brings us all the major famous people. So
Seriously.
we're so excited.
This is so exciting.
Oh my
It's
God.
early for me, though.
Wait, can we just stare at you for a minute?
I usually getting up around this time.
Really?
Oh yeah, this is early.
Wow.
Yeah,
You're so cool.
So for this guy, I got.
Oh, everyone loves Wally. I love Wally.
Me too.
He's
Thanks,
the best. But wait, can we just take it in?
Right.
We've got piercings. We've got tats.
Nail polish.
We've got cool nail polish.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't wear my jewelry because I knew it would jingle and make noise.
Oh, we don't care though.
Nah, trust me.
ASMR.
Audio guys go crazy.
Oh, they do?
Oh yeah.
What, are you a big silver jewelry guy?
Yeah. Plus,
Yeah.
wearing it in here, and they freak out.
Oh.
Like when I did the show, oh, you can't wear that
Oh.
because the mic's usually here and it picks it up.
Oh yeah, right. I
We used to have that. We had a
Yeah.
TV show and it was problematic with
Yeah.
your hair.
Right. The
And the
hair was always
microphone.
going everywhere.
Jacket.
Right.
Well, it's the jewelry.
Right.
Yeah,
it
with
clinks.
jinx.
If you got like two chains, it's all the hair. And
Right.
can't wear that. And like,
So wait, Wally.
It's not
Yes.
easy being
How
a
do you know
star.
Sandy?
How do I know Sandy? I met Sandy.
Maybe-
When did we meet? Probably.
I don't know what
I think it was either
what bus line was that in the bathroom?
I was just gonna say, maybe we don't want
What
to
bus
know.
line in the bathroom? Where was that? The Bonanza in
Yeah,
downtown
yeah.
Boston 20 years ago?
Listen,
So- no, I think
you
it
guys have
was,
been friends that long?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 99. or
Before Sandy was
2000.
famous?
No,
19.
I was always famous.
Oh, all right.
He was born famous.
infamous. He was
Yeah,
infamous.
I was always well known.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I started buying bikes where I used to work. And then I started racing. And actually, I moved like across the street in Somerville where we used to work. And then
Oh.
when I was bored, I would just like walk over. Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, and used to cut everyone's hair after hours in the service department.
Yeah, that's
No,
right.
sir.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Those were great haircuts. They were great.
Wait, you
Yeah,
raced
but that-
motorcycles too?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
I miss those days. Those were the best days.
I mean, motorcycle racing's a big adrenaline junkie sport, don't you think?
Yeah, it is. But when you crash, it's a big
Oh yeah.
it's a big ambulance ride to the hospital. Ain't no fun.
Oh
So,
yeah. No.
Where did you race them?
It Loudon,
Oh, yeah.
the track up there, which is very dangerous, by the way. It's like
The track
worst.
itself?
Yeah, that's one of the more technical and all the national guys hate that track.
They don't even race there anymore.
Oh,
They used
really?
to used to be on the circuit, and they just, I'm not going to race that. They like skipped over it.
Really?
And it's
Yeah.
good for NASCAR because it's just going around in a circle.
But not for the bikes.
Yeah,
Well,
the bikes have
yeah.
a 12 turn road course. So it's not just going around in a circle. They're up and
Oh.
But when you crash, most places have a runoff of a gravel track. These geniuses put tires. No, it's a tire wall. That's what you're gonna run into.
yeah.
And that's why I always would crash into the tire wall.
Oh.
And I'd wake up 2 hours later. in the
Concord
hospital.
Hospital.
Where am I? Who am I?
When you say you always crash, so is that kind of
Anyone who races, you're going to crash. It's just a matter of
When
How bad?
the
That's
last one was real bad. That's what.
Is that when you quit?
No, I kept going, but I lost the killer instinct after that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what they in racing. It's if you got to have it. If you don't have it,
Don't
you
do
just-
it.
I mean, you can go around and you can, but you can't. You don't. You're just always second guessing yourself, and it's just if you don't have that killer instinct. Any sport, true. Football, hockey.
Right.
Once you lose that, you know what I mean. The brain.
Now you have a regulator.
Yeah.
One time my daughter was in gymnastics and she woke up one day and she couldn't do a back handspring anymore.
Well, that was it. Her edge was gone.
That was it. She never did it again. I'm like, do we need a therapist? I'm like, just do it. She goes, I'm too scared to do anything backwards. And so that
Well,
was the end of gymnastics.
There you go.
She
It's the
lost
same,
her
right?
killer instinct.
Yeah, it's just when it goes, it goes.
Right.
just
You
gotta-
can't get it back.
Nah.
I get it.
Okay, so you're a famous hairstylist.
Mm.
How? Now I have to tell you, so one of my most favorite things to do is watch YouTube videos of hair cutting. I would love to be a hairstylist, but it's never going to happen. All right, so what happened? You just woke up one day and you just...
Well, actually, I worked for my father, and he owned a gas station.
My father owned a gas station.
In Rhode Island.
Oh, Massachusetts.
Well, that's why I was not sort of a gearhead anyway. But I just hated it. Cold, dirty all the time.
Yeah.
And then I was never really good in school. But I was good with my hands and I was creative. And then a friend of mine's like, oh, why don't you go to hairdressing school? This was,
Oh.
years ago. It wasn't like, it was mostly girls, you know what I'm saying? So
It wasn't as cool as it is now.
No, it's cooler. It's not cool now.
Oh.
The whole industry's
Oh.
Instagram totally destroyed it, to be honest with you.
Oh.
It's not. It was cooler back then. It was real. Now it's fake. It's all.
Oh,
it's
I
all
see what
about.
you're saying.
Well, that show that I did, American Beauty stuff, and this is what they didn't show on the show. So I did not want to do the show, and they kept calling me, and I wanted to be a judge, and they promised me a lot of stuff. But anyway, I don't want to get into the legal logistics of that.
Oh.
So what they didn't really say was, well, there are 12 contestants, and 75% of them had like 1 million followers on Instagram, YouTube,
Oh.
and
got
whatever the social media at the
Yeah.
time was. And I really didn't. I had like 5,000. Nothing, you know what I mean? The salon had like 12,000. But all these people, 1 million followers, but they didn't know what they were doing. Because when you're on Instagram, you can do an hour. Everything was like timed. You had to do something in a certain amount of time. And all these Instagrammers who probably take 10 hours to film 1 minute video of themselves doing hair, they were the first ones to leave. This one girl with 1 million followers, she thought she was a big shot. See you later. The first one. And she was like in tears. What am I going to do now? But she couldn't do hair because it was judged on a whole look. You know what I'm saying? And she could braid. But they didn't get, you know what I'm saying? And even though I hated everyone and they were all like completely rude and assholes to me, and I was the only straight guy there too, by the way.
Oh.
And I think I was definitely, the reason why I was there. The 3 last finalists, okay? It was me, the kid Andrew, and the other kid, Corey, the black kid who just couldn't stand me. Him, Andrew, and me, we had the least amount of following on Instagram.
Mm.
But we worked in the salon every day. That was, you know what I'm saying? These people didn't. And it showed how, like, they sort of missed it in the show. I think that was more the angle, but they switched it up somehow. It was more like these Instagram influences. Like, and I was the outcast. And these other two kids, they didn't have a lot of big followings either. Watch the YouTube video. It's stupid because you can edit it. You can do it 10 times.
True.
Got it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
Right.
so this was all
Got it.
videotaped, being
Right.
watched. We had 2 hours to do it. You know what I'm saying? So it was like really big in the salon. And these Instagram, these YouTubers, and these influencers, they were the first ones to go. Because it's not the real world what they were asked to do.
Well, what was the application process like?
It was awful, and I didn't want to do it. And I wanted to be a judge.
So what did you have to do? Did you do an online?
They called me.
Okay.
And they kept calling me, and I sent in they want me to send in a casting tape, but I've done so many shows, and I've been on many reality shows. They knew who I was. And the other kid, Corey, they know who he was too. But he was like any reality show he was on, he was like the asshole. Can I say that?
Yeah.
He was like the asshole.
You can say whatever you want, brother.
Okay. He was like the asshole. So
There's always
they
one.
yeah, but listen, the whole thing is
Fake.
it
curated.
is so fake. It is so set up. It is so, for example, all the producers who worked on the show, they do like a circuit. Like they work at RuPaul's Drag Race, they'll work Survivor, they'll work any other reality. They do a circuit. They leave one show to the other. And it's all the same, and it's scripted, and it's like the Stockholm syndrome.
So they told you what to say?
No, they don't tell you, but they force you.
Oh.
One, they get you up at 5 a.m.
Oh.
Okay. You work till 11:30 at night.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a long day.
And then you're supposed to respond to an email at 2 a.m. So you're up to 2 a.m. because you got to respond to say what time you're going to be there, which is going to be 5:30 in the morning anyway. So they deprive you of sleep. They don't feed you. You're the last to eat. There's no air conditioning. Well, that's because of...
That's sick.
Yeah, but that's because...
That's where I draw the
You
line.
can't have air conditioning in here either, because if it blows, you're going
Right.
to hear.
Right.
It's for audio. Anyone knows anything. You can't have air conditioning.
Oh,
But it just
I knew
happened to
that.
be there was 125 degrees.
Oh.
It was like a record.
Where was the taping?
It was after that was really cool. It wasn't really cool, but all these studios, they're in like Burbank, in these huge.
Did they
big-
pay for your travel and everything?
Yeah, they paid. They put me up in a hotel, but I was there for 6 weeks. They pay for your flight. They put you up. See, this is how they get you. You can order room service, but by the time you're in the hotel, it was like a Hilton. The room service starts at 9 o'clock, so you can't get food then. So you gotta get up at like 4:30 in the morning and get the stupid buffet breakfast. So anyway, now you're up at 5:30. And you start your day, and they do the mic checks, and they wire you up, and you go through your whole thing, and you're not eating, you're hungry.
Oh.
And then when you're not with, luckily I didn't have to live with them to have my own hotel room, and I think that's pretty much what everyone else. I think they would have said the same thing. They didn't want to, because when you're living, then it's more like. You know what I mean? It's a different, like Big Brother.
Like The Bachelor.
Yeah, living.
Right.
Yeah, living. Plus, it's more expensive too.
Love is Blind. Right.
Yeah, Naked and what's that one?
Naked and Afraid.
No, Naked Attraction.
A Naked Attraction.
You never seen this?
What? No.
It's on just on HBO
Are
Max.
you going on that?
No, because they don't show your face. They just show you naked, and you gotta pick who you want. You ever heard about that?
Oh wait, the British one.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Meredith.
They
you
just
have
show
to
your
die.
junk.
They
just
show
your junk.
Men and women.
Yeah, and they don't even show your face.
It is they show your face
In the end.
after you're not picked.
Yeah, but
you have to come
yeah.
up fully naked.
Yeah,
and
the
people are
guys
like,
and
oh, John,
girls.
I would have picked it.
Yeah.
Well, they're like, I don't really like her.
Someone told me about it, and I watched it once, and I'm like, I don't want to
We're gonna have to talk about this.
I don't want to
Okay,
see.
I want to keep hearing the application process from
so
American
anyway,
Beauty.
so they kept calling me. We want you to do this, and they promised me the world.
Oh.
And they promised me they were going to get me a PR agent. I'd be on all these late night TV shows if I won. So that was the other thing.
Which
and,
you did.
Which I did. So, but at the end of the day, I don't want to talk too much about this. I didn't get what I was promised 100%. Like I was supposed to do a photo shoot with Adriana Lima. never came into fruition. They said it was going to be $100,000 cash. That was not the case.
Oh, really?
Right.
This
But
is scandalous.
okay, so once again, people who want to be on a reality show, they want to be a big shot and want to tell them the real deal. You have to fill out a 30-page NDA.
Mm.
And it's got things like, if you get a sexually transmitted disease, you can't sue. If you get in a fight and break your arm, you can't sue. If you get a divorce because of the show, you can't sue. But it's just, it probably goes to every reality. Like, it's but it's like 30 pages.
Ugh.
So I showed it to my lawyer, and he's like, yeah, that's a general, it protects them.
It's like a boilerplate.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm sure if you're on The Bachelor, it's the same form.
Yeah.
Right.
And it probably sounded like from Jersey Shore when they used to get in fights that someone gets hurt or something happens, they can't sue the show. So anyway, like when I got the show, I could have punched that kid, and I would have been totally fine. Because that was an issue. A kid had threw something at me, and I could have got up and punched him, and it would have been totally fine because I would have been covered.
Now that would have been good TV.
Yeah, but I would have looked like I would have looked like the biggest asshole.
And he's got to protect the hands.
Right. No, I would have kicked him. But I would look like I'm like, what am I doing? And that was like the third or fourth episode, and I realized that I'm in trouble here. And actually, after that episode, I almost quit because I rented a car. Because if you get kicked off, you got to stay there. They lock you in the hotel.
This is horrible.
I tell you, it's a Stockholm syndrome. I'm telling you, people don't understand. They want to be big shots on a reality show. I tell everyone, don't do it. So anyway, they lock you, like the Supergirl got kicked off the first episode with 1 million followers. She had to sit in a hotel room for 6 weeks.
Oh, because they don't want her.
Okay, so Vegas make bets.
Oh, really?
So someone who's a gambler, if they see her home in a week, that's one less.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Vegas bet on all these shows.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And you got to stay there until the end. So I wanted to quit because I just hated it so much. I rented a car and I was going to just like go to Malibu for, you know what I mean? I was just going to like, I could have left the room, but I had to be like within an hour of, and the hotel was in Glendale. There's nothing to do in Glendale. And the studio was in Burbank. Actually, they shot Scarface and The Sopranos in the studio. So that was like sort of cool because there was a lot of like memorabilia from them shooting Scarface. And
Cool.
it's massive.
What's his name, the actor, Scarface?
Al Pacino.
Yeah. You sound like him. I just wrote that down.
Yeah, that's what I get a lot.
Yeah.
Where you from? Brooklyn? Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn.
Did you grow up in Quincy?
No.
Are you from New York?
So that's what everyone thinks. I'm from Rhode Island.
Oh,
I hear the Rhode Island.
yeah. The Rhode Island accent is
It's between Boston and New York.
Yeah.
So anyway, where are we talking?
I don't
know. So they stick you in the room.
Oh, right.
They lock you in. And so now...
Wait, could you have your cell phone?
In the room. But they take them in, what do you call it?
Those bags.
Yeah, they lock. You can't have it during the day. And I tell you, this day, I think my room was bugged. Because there's always a producer on the floor to make sure you don't leave after that time. There's a producer with you.
Horrid.
I'm telling you.
I don't want to be a star anymore.
I'm saying
cancel the show.
I'm saying it like it is.
Right.
There's a producer, guard in the door so you can't leave. There's a producer in the morning. They have like 3 producers just babysitting you. So I think they don't want people like collusion. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they don't want you talking with the other contestants.
But the other contestants ended up talking to each other anyway. Come to find out, they'd all go meet at the bar. And I don't drink, so plus I couldn't stand them anyway. They were just like...
You didn't want to hang out with them.
I had no...
So who did you talk to?
Nobody.
Oh my God, I'd lose my mind.
This is terrible.
Nobody.
For 6 weeks?
That's what I'm saying, for 6 weeks.
You couldn't talk to...
But do you think they do that on purpose?
Yes.
Oh, okay, just to kind of...
Okay, so anyway, so now...
They try to make you crazy.
And they don't feed you.
You're hungry, you're lonely.
And then when you're not on camera, because the crew's got to take a break, they only can work a certain amount of time. because they're with the union.
Right.
And they eat first. And the judges, Adriana Lima, they got their big star trailers eating sushi. So by the time we get our food, it's been sitting out there probably like 3 hours in 125 degree weather. Horrible. It is horrible. So I lived on like cookies. They think I'm not going to get sick eating cookies.
Right.
So now, then they stick you in a room this size with 10 other people who you were just fighting with like 10 minutes earlier. And I was in the room like this, just like aggravated, miserable. But one thing we did agree on, though, when they said, everyone was told it was going to be $100,000 cash.
If you win.
Yes. Everyone was told that, but it was never in writing.
Wow.
And if you look at America's Got Talent, what do they say? $1 million cash prize, right?
Right.
Read the fine print. It says, after taxes, paid over annuity of 40 years.
No, sir.
Read it. It's right on the.
You are just ruining everything I ever believed in. I want to go home.
It's a joke.
Wow,
This is
so you
horrible.
leave your work for 6 weeks.
That's what. Yeah, I should never have done it to this day because the inmates ran the asylum, and it wasn't. But they promised me so much.
Right. How could you say
He
no?
thought it was going to be worth it.
Do you have like PTSD? Does
Yeah,
anybody want
I
one?
did, yeah. It messed. And all my friends, I knew a bunch of friends who've been on Project Runway.
Okay.
And some other survivors.
I love Project Runway.
Okay. It does. They do the same thing. And
Come
they
on.
yeah.
You're really ruining my
Yeah.
life.
But let me tell you what it is. I'll tell you. I would do Survivor tomorrow.
Okay.
I would do.
Want one?
No. I would do Dancing with the Stars tomorrow. I would do anything tomorrow. But the issue is, when you do a competition, what you are actually doing, you're being judged. It's worse because it's like you enter in a real estate competition. You're being judged on selling real estate. And if you flop, you know what that's going to do to your career?
Oh, I see
You
what
see
you're
what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So if I do Dances with the Stars, who
Yeah,
cares?
who cares? You're not a dancer.
Right.
If you do Survivor,
Yeah.
you're not a survivalist. You're
Right.
some- you know what I mean?
Right.
But when you're being judged, and like these singing competitions, they're being judged on what they do.
Right.
So when that makes it worse.
Right.
And that's what really was in the back of my mind. I think that's what like drove me to say, I better like get my act together here and shut my mouth and put my head down and, you know, do what I do. Which the other reason was one of the producers was a good guy, and he talked to me when I was ready to leave. He said, "Listen, stick it out." He goes, "They're mean to you because they're afraid of you. You see him as a threat." I was a threat to them because I was good. And when you're good, and if you watch all these stupid shows, the hottest girl on Bachelor, everyone hates her.
Right.
Correct?
Yeah.
Because they know they're a threat.
We know how that feels, right,
Okay, so
Meredith?
but that's what I'm saying.
People hate us because we're so good.
Okay, but that's, the wind blows highest at the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
So that's what they premise all these shows on. And I can watch a reality show now, and I can tell if I'm with someone, I'm going to say exactly what's going to happen next, exactly what they're going to say. Because all these judges, they all have earpieces in their ear that you can't see. And there's a big, huge room with like 20 monitors. Because there was probably like 100 cameras in this. And there's producers watching each monitor, and they're telling them what, Adriana Lima, they're telling them what to say. They're forcing the situation.
Right.
They're not just, someone's not just, like she'll go and say something to someone, but she didn't come up with that. The producers go tell her her hair sucks or something. Tell them she doesn't, you know what I mean? But it's even when they judge you, they all have little pieces. So it's a producer in this big, huge room with 20 monitors. Because like I said, the studio is massive. They're controlling everything.
So it's anything but reality.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And anyone who wants to be on a reality show, I'm like, good luck. And I will say, get the prize in writing.
Right.
That
Because-
sounds miserable.
Yeah.
Miserable is not the word.
But
It's hot here now, right?
let's not forget
Are
you
you-
kicked everyone's ass, though.
Okay, I did. All right. But that's what I'm saying.
He
but
put his head
He
in the
lived in
game, and he's
one.
like,
because I had my reputation, like
At stake.
I know some people who've been on them, and I don't want to say any names, but they've lost.
who?
I can't. Yeah, it's just. But anyway, it's been,
Doesn't hurt to ask.
It's been sort of shows. It's what they do. You know what I mean? And when you lose, I mean that's like heavy duty. You know what I'm saying?
That sucks.
But if you're a bachelor, if you're on the Bachelor,
I mean, that's different.
it's no different. You're just trying to
Right,
get
who
laid.
cares?
Right. It's no. But if you notice, that's why they always the good-looking girls. Everyone tortures them and everyone hates them because they're a threat.
So the other contestants that were on your show are you aware of what they're doing now? Are they all
they're doing
still?
nothing.
Are they still?
I haven't. I don't.
He doesn't keep in touch with them. He doesn't like them.
Once I left the show, it was like,
Well, I'm curious if people then leave the industry after they get off a show like that.
once again,
He kept in touch with no one.
actually the one kid, the kid who came in second, he's just doing. He was a makeup artist in here. He's just doing makeup.
that Corey?
in there. No, he could die tomorrow. I could care less. He was the worst. And he has a wig too.
He was
That
the jerk,
He has a wig.
Yeah.
Oh.
All the 90. Oh my God, it's the other issue.
What? This
They're
is so
all,
exciting.
and then when you're not doing nothing, the girls are talking about butt lifts and what plastics. A lot of the girls are from California,
Oh.
and they were like the makeup artists, and they're talking about like butt lifts and all this other. And I'm like, oh my God. And the guys, a lot of the guys, they had these wigs that they glue. The whole thing was just.
Really? The guys wear wigs?
Yeah, the kid who had the fight wig was a wig.
I mean, I found a wig place recently, and I found it very fun.
Oh no, they glue them on
You
now.
looked adorable.
They glue them on.
They glue the wigs on now. Yeah.
guys, yeah, they glue.
I can't believe. Wally?
I'm not getting a wig.
You should get a wig.
But I'm gonna tell you,
Can we try one on Wally?
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I didn't really notice because they're so good.
Yeah.
I didn't know until they started like growing out. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like the kid, look, he had a hat on his head.
Oh.
But you didn't know. But out there, if you go with, it's because it's LA. They have good people. A lot of actors. They have.
They glue them onto the scalp, you said?
Yeah,
And they're probably real hair.
it's real hair. It's
Yeah,
very
where I went the other
expensive.
day, it was like, you could tell. It was like a
No,
synthetic.
that's the other thing. So anyway, that's what saved me. I found the wigs, right? And that's why I started cutting the wigs. So I did realize that they had a box of wigs hid. And luckily I found that because that saved my ass. So there's the real hair wigs and the fake wigs. And I realized that when I went to put a curling iron to the fake wig, it just burned.
Right.
It's like polyester. So I'm like, shit, what do I do? So anyway, I cut it off. So then I went and I took all the real wigs and I stuck them in my bag.
Oh,
Brilliant.
he's
Yeah.
so smart.
But that's how you had to be.
Right.
I mean, I took all the good wigs and I hid them.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, but and then people were fighting over clothes. It was just, the whole thing was just, it wasn't a very good experience. It wasn't.
I have PTSD from this conversation.
I'm telling you like it is.
But you know what? It's so fascinating
It
because
is.
who knew? I had no idea that this is what it was like.
Any
It was
of it.
awful.
You're trapped in your hotel room.
Yeah.
You basically have bodyguards.
Yeah.
You can't
It's
have your
the-
cell phone.
okay.
You don't eat. You don't sleep.
And they do it purposely.
Right.
It's the stock. You see those people on Survivor. They're eating.
Right.
Right.
And why do you think they're yelling at each other?
Right.
Right.
Everyone's hangry. You don't sleep. You're tired.
Right.
I mean,
Bugs.
Even though we had a hotel room, you couldn't go to sleep to 2, and you're up at 5:30. What's that? 3.5 hours of sleep?
No AC.
Well, you can't because of the sound.
Okay, so
And I don't think they realized that because it was their first reality show. Because they've done a lot of reality shows in salons that I've worked at.
yeah,
And you got to shut or if I do a video in the salon, I got to shut the AC because
Right.
you can.
it
it'll-
interferes.
If that AC turns on now, you'd hear it.
Adam.
Yeah.
Like when the helicopter's up above, we hear it.
Yeah, but once again, it's gonna, they got to shut the AC off. But it just happened to be the week that it was 125 degrees. It was a record, and that's why all the models were sitting in robes, and then the girls trying to do the makeup, and it's just
Dripping.
and you're doing hair. You can't blow dry hair at 125 degrees. It just doesn't. It just doesn't work.
So what happened to your career? You win, then what happens? What do they hold on to after you win? Do you have obligations for events?
I was supposed to, but once again, I don't really want to go too deep. But like I said, I was promised a lot, and I didn't get it.
Yeah.
And then I was supposed to get $50,000 cash. And then the producer calls me and says, well, you're going to have to give $10,000 of that to your partner.
What partner?
The girl who did the makeup.
Oh.
If you were a hairdresser, you had a makeup artist. Or if you were a makeup artist, you had a hairdresser. But I didn't really have to give it to her if I didn't want to. But he called me up and said, well, it'll be a good thing if you give her $10,000. So there I went from $50,000 cash down to $40,000.
That you got to pay taxes on.
Which really, I was okay because if I pay it on 40, it's better than 50.
Yeah.
But I didn't see that money for 6 months.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. The prizes, I didn't come home and they weren't waiting at my door. So these other shows, people say they get this. Who knows? You know, we did get $350 a week though for a stipend.
$350 a week
In California.
But we could, like I said, they did give us breakfast if you got up early enough. And we would have room service, but by the time we got back, the room service was closed. So you couldn't get anything.
Did you lose weight?
No, I was always pretty thin anyway, so I'm not a big eater.
Oh.
But it's just, I'm like, but some of the people they weren't, especially the girls, I think they were more miserable. I think they were more miserable.
I would have been a house on
fire.
fire.
Right.
But I always wear bandanas or a hat.
Okay.
And
why? Is it your style?
my look, yeah. So I always wear, that's my thing with sunglasses. So anyway, by the end of the show, if you notice, everyone's wearing bandanas.
Everyone copied you.
No, because the sweat would go in your eyes and it would burn.
Oh.
It keeps the sweat out of your eyes. I was like, everyone's wearing bandanas or some sort of like.
Do you watch the reruns?
Oh my God. So I guess it's on Amazon Prime now. Mm-hmm. Every once in a while I'll look at it, but it's just I don't know, it just brings up bad
memories.
I mean, luckily I look good.
Thank God.
And but I get people today watch it saying, why did everyone bully you? Why did they hate you? You were the best one on there. But when it came out, I was getting all these tweets. Why is everyone picking on you? Why is everyone so mean to you? And I had the same reason. I have no idea. But the kid Andrew who came in second, he did message me and said, I'm sorry, like how everyone treated you. Watching it back, I didn't realize how bad it was. So he was like sort of.
Well, that was nice.
Yeah, but the other ones.
He recognized it.
Yeah, the other ones they could have no.
And do you think they acted that way just because that's their personality? Or were they doing it because they wanted to win the show, so they felt crapping on you?
But I don't want to do it because I hate hairdressers.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? They're you know what I'm saying? And they pick good ones. Some hairdressers are cool, but there are a lot of them snippy, drama-filled, egotistical babies. And that's what they picked.
Oh.
And they picked me because I was some straight kid from Boston.
Cool.
But all the judges loved me. That was the other thing, which pissed them off. So I would do nothing, and the judges would rave about what I did, and then they'd get more pissed off.
Right. They hated. And
then when I won, it was just...
forget it. It was all
the
over.
kid Corey ran... This is what I'm also upset about. He ran into the green room and started crying. And they went in and filmed him, and they should have shown that. That's what they should have showed. Weeping like a baby. But of course I didn't show that.
Well, now we all know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so anyone I say who wants to do a reality show,
I'm out.
And get it in writing.
I applied for Survivor, but I didn't get picked.
You did?
The very first one.
I could see you on that.
I'm glad I didn't get picked.
This is
yeah,
horrible.
that would be fine because it's not what you do for a living.
Right.
But they have a Selling Sunset. they have a competition like that,
Yeah.
and you go to show $1 million house and you screw up, and the people don't buy it, you're gonna look like an idiot.
Your career is dead, Keach. Dead.
That's what I'm saying. Who's gonna go to you?
Nobody.
Who's gonna go to you if they see you on TV and they're gonna edit it? You may do a great job and make one mistake, and they're only gonna show that one mistake.
Right.
Of you showing up late and the client sitting out there for a half hour waiting, pissed.
Right.
Right.
It's good
And
TV.
they can very easily do that because they can tell you, okay, be in the house at 12 o'clock, and they tell the other people to be there at 10. So now the other people are there at 10 for 2 hours, pissed.
Right. Oh my God.
Yes.
They can control everything.
Right.
They're the
They
puppet-
control the
they're
narrative.
puppet masters.
Right.
God.
They control. And it's, I tell you, and it's every show. It's the same.
Same crap.
It's the same. You know, because it's the same producers who work on all these shows.
Right.
They do. It's called a circuit.
Right.
They all come from one. They'll do Survivor, then they'll do RuPaul's Drag Queen, then they'll do, I don't know, the cooking shows. They're all, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I think it's worse if you got to live with them.
Right.
But, yeah, that can only, I can see those going,
Oh, like in Big Brother.
yeah, I can see those going
Like in
south real fast.
Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah, I can see that. Sleeping in the same, you know what I mean?
Oh,
I can
yeah.
see that going that even like south faster. I think there's more drama in those shows for that reason.
Do you
Yeah.
see yourself doing more TV though? Not obviously of a
I don't
competition
know.
type.
TV's really, it's when you got people showing their junk on a dating app, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A dating show.
Yeah.
TV, they want drama. They want, you know what I mean?
Big
90
clicks.
Day Fiance. Those like watching, you know, Catfish.
Train wreck.
They want to watch a train wreck. Yeah.
Right.
They want to watch a train wreck. And that's where it's going because the mentality of people watching these shows are just, they want to see a train
So,
wreck.
do you watch any reality shows?
Well, the problem is I watch some because there's a lot of the good shows because everything's been on strike. You know what I'm saying?
Because of the writing.
I try to stay away from the competition shows though.
Yeah.
Like I've never watched The Bachelor. I try to stay away from anything competition. Like 90 Day Fiance, I like that because it's just
Because it's a train wreck. I love
yeah.
it.
Like where do they find these people from? I mean,
It's-
how do they?
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, and everything's all. A lot of TV's all woke now. You know what I'm saying? And it's. I think it's shifted too much towards that, and it's just the whole industry is just. Plus, they're on strike. The writers are on strike. The actors. I think it's a very. I wouldn't want to be, you know, in that industry, because especially like actors don't care if they don't make a movie for a year, but the people who do the makeup, the hairdressers, the sound guy, you know what I mean? They
Right.
pretty much live paycheck to paycheck, and they're not working either. So, but anyway, the whole industry,
But
I'm
your
not
business
even-
was booming before the show.
yeah, it was booming
after.
after. But then all people want to come in. They come from all over, and they get a haircut. You're never going to see them again because they want to take a picture with you. So I just like, okay, come in, $150. I'll take a picture. Bye. That's all they want. That's all you get. You don't get. You know what I'm saying?
Can I ask you a professional question?
Depends.
How's my hairstyle?
Beautiful.
Should I come
Fabulous.
see you? Do I need work?
I'll be honest with you. It
Yeah.
looks good.
Really?
Yeah, it's good.
What about Meredith's hair?
It's fabulous.
I got halfway through blow drying it.
Right. What if somebody like Wally came in and
Like I say,
just a little glue and we could
grass don't grow on a busy street.
Right. Sorry, Wally. You are out of luck.
Yeah, I'm okay with that though.
But
So
you
who's
know
your-
what guys want now?
What? Wait, do you do mostly women or guys?
Actually, lately I've been doing a lot more guys.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Because all I do is cut, and a lot of guys grew their hair during COVID, and it's
Oh.
long. And barbers have no clue how to cut long hair. So like most of my guys' clients, they have long hair and they're growing it, like they want like the rock and roll shag or something. So I've been getting a lot of those, which I like doing guys, by the way. They're easy, talk about sports. You know what I mean? They're not.
Rock and roll shag.
Yeah.
I'll be speaking to
A lot
my
of
son
them-
about this.
Yeah. Well, no, this is what I was gonna say.
Oh.
So now, how old's your son?
25.
Well, he's a little older, but all these kids like high school, they want that long thing in the front.
My son has that.
Okay, so there you go. So a lot of them want it curly.
Yes, my son too. He's got all this product to try to make his
but
straight
it's
hair
not gonna
curly.
work.
Right, that's what y'all
Should
are.
he get a perm?
That's what I'm saying. Perms are coming back.
Brooke was doing
Brooke
a
did
perm.
one.
Yes.
Right, but the thing about a perm is they don't last, and then
Right.
what's going to happen is he's going to have straight hair in the ends, curl in the middle, and straight in the end.
Ugh.
When it grows out. Listen, the 80s, I did more perms than...
I had a giant
lots
perm.
of perms.
Everyone had a perm.
I loved my
I
big
can
hair.
wrap a perm in 10 minutes. But it's just a hard... It's not good for the hair. But all these guys...
Is big hair coming back?
I mean, it's never left.
I love big hair.
I mean, it's just... You can wave it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get a wig. It's never left. That's the thing. There's no real trend right now. Anything goes.
Oh.
There's no... Especially in Boston. It's very vanilla.
Yeah, because try going to work in January when you need to be dressed up. Stephanie
No,
and I
I'm just
talked about
saying.
this.
Well, it doesn't matter your hair.
Well,
No one
reason.
likes. A lot of people don't like edgy hair in Boston.
oh,
I'm
It's
sorry.
a conservative city.
right.
They want the basics, not basics, but they want the just like normal. Like if you go to New York, you see cool haircuts and cool fashion and cool style. If you go to LA, they don't have much style either with their hair because everyone's got it's all like extensions, fake blondes.
I know.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
Ugh.
Here isn't a very, in this Instagram, people post something and they style it and they, for one shot, then someone brings in a picture. And I'm like, that ain't gonna happen in a million years. Because it's a fake.
If my hair doesn't look good, I have the worst day.
Right, but if you get a good haircut and...
Well, with me, it's all my bangs. If my bangs don't come out right, whole
yeah,
do is messed up.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm good with bangs. But all I do is haircut. So does the person, do they color it or cut your hair? Both? Or do they just one or the other?
Right. Well, this person does
I think
both.
you should
Okay,
go
so
to
there
some-
you go. That's they're going to do an okay job.
You can't do both,
but
you're
they-
saying?
No, because
You can't be
the
good.
people.
You know what? You're right.
I know I'm right because I've been doing this for a very long time.
Can Meredith and I make appointments at your salon?
Absolutely, commune here, South Boston.
Oh my God, this is so exciting.
Bring a camera. Bring a.
How
Bring
fun-
Adam.
Video, yeah.
Adam, can we do a field trip?
Yeah.
Yes, I want to get my hair cut.
See, but here's
Live.
the thing. I don't color.
No, I
So-
know.
No, but I'm saying so. My colorist will color it, then I cut it.
Do you do a dry cut or wet?
Yes, I do. Here's what I do.
I love a dry cut.
But this is how I do it. So I'll cut 70% of it, and then I have my assistant shoe straighten it and flat iron it. Then I do the dry cut.
Oh.
That's the way to do it.
Oh.
I just don't blow dry it then dry cut. But you gotta wash it. Then I do it. Then they flat iron it so it's straight.
Do you
So
really
when-
have to wash your hair twice to get all the product out?
Depends how much you put in.
Oh.
Somebody
Somebody told me have to wash your hair twice.
It depends how much you put in. Depends.
Do you walk down the street and be like, ugh, she has the worst
I used to,
hairstyle."
then I gave up. I used to, then I gave up.
I mean, how can you not?
See, but
right?
now it's the other way around. I'm like, that's a cool haircut.
Really?
She's got good style. Now it's that.
Oh.
If some civilian walks by, I don't even see him. It's just
How do you like
non-existent.
working in Southie?
Listen, Southie is the 02127 is like the biggest real estate boom. you
Sure
see
is.
part, and probably in the country right now.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been down there 20 years, and I've seen it go from like honky-tonk bars and criminals to
Yes.
kids paying $3,000 for a 2-bedroom that 10 years ago was $500.
Yes. Yes.
Probably even more than that now.
Wicked crime there
No,
too,
that's-
years ago.
Yeah, but they were just, see, that's the thing, Southie was safe.
Wow.
They would just fight themselves.
Yeah.
They would just gang. They would just fight themselves.
Oh.
It's like the North End. Like girls feel safe in Southie. I don't think they feel safe in the North End. because the punky kids
Yeah, I guess
are
you're right.
watching them.
I lived there like early,
Yeah.
late 90s, early 2000s,
Yeah.
and it was
Where?
Southie.
Yeah. I mean, it's
My
it's
daughter's in
safe.
Dorchester now.
Yeah, because people can't afford Southie.
Yeah.
And they go to
Oh.
Dorchester.
Oh.
Or they go to Somerville. The whole thing is people can't afford to live in the city.
It's so expensive.
Right.
And that's the problem. And it's like, the other problem is when they have to pay so much money for rent, that's where all their money's going.
Yeah.
The whole system's,
Yeah.
but Boston is definitely worse than a lot of other, where are we, in Easton?
Well, Boston hasn't dipped zero, even in the last downturn, 2008. It didn't go down.
It's going to though, because the interest rates are so high.
I don't think
That's
so.
why that's why they're making so many, like the Seaport, 90% of development's apartments. The St. Regis, that the highest condo, there's a lot of people aren't buying them. They rent because you don't have to come up with a down payment.
Right.
You don't have to come up with $300,000 for $3 million condo.
Right.
That's the whole. So what they do, all these like high-rise apartments, they'll give you like 3 months free rent, and you only have to pay first month's rent and security. You don't get you have to pay a broker's fee. So that's how they fill them up. And everyone's like, oh, 3 months free rent. Yeah, that's great. So then when the $4,000 rent comes in 3 months later, they're like, oh, what did I do? That's how they get them.
Right.
They make it like look good in the beginning, but when the time for the rent comes.
Seaport's
It's
pretty
like-
swanky, though.
Yeah, I lived there. Like right before. I lived there while I was doing the show. But it's just, it's changed too much. It used to be cooler. Now it's, I don't know. They've overbuilt it. It's too, and the other thing is that because it's so close to the airport, they only can build 20 stories high. That's why all the buildings look the same. It looks like a canyon. And they didn't leave any space for like green spaces.
It's pretty wild how much that place has changed.
Yeah, it used to
It was
be-
barren
it used to-
wasteland
yeah,
when
they-
I lived there.
They used to be, when the snowfields, when they would take the snow
Yeah.
from the streets, they would put it down there. And with the cars from the boats it was nothing. And now it's like, every time I look out my window, and I can see like 10 cranes.
I bet. Yeah. Huge growth.
And then right next to Commune, they're doing the Edison plant. It's the biggest project in Boston right now.
What are they doing at Edison?
They took it down, you know that, right?
No, because I haven't been there forever. I used to have to walk. I'd go to work. I'd walk by that bar that was across the street that I wasn't allowed to go into.
Murphy's Law.
Yep.
The worst.
I wasn't allowed to go in
Sort of,
there,
yeah.
and I'd walk right by there. I'd walk by Edison.
So they
along,
took the
go
whole
to
Edison
Salem.
plant down.
Oh.
It's all gone. And I think it's something like 50 acres. It's the largest project that they're doing in Boston right now. They're putting in office buildings, biotech labs,
Yeah, it should be.
hotels, condos, apartments, retail, event space. But it's going to take 10 years.
I'm always blown away. You know,
It's a
Fall
10-year
River's the same way.
project.
They have these big electrical power plants in the most prime real estate oceanfront. I don't know why don't they get them out of there, but I guess
the
over time they will.
Well, we saw-
problem is they're all EPA. They're all toxic.
Oh.
It takes
Yeah.
time to clean.
Well,
it
that's what
up.
happened with Fall River, right?
Yeah, but
the
I
big
saw
towers.
those. I saw those two big. What are they called?
Yeah, the cooling towers.
I don't know what they were, but
Cooling
Where?
towers. They
I
were
turned my head and they were already down.
cooling towers.
No, it wasn't that.
On Fall River?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
cooling towers.
Yes.
You guys know where you live?
Well, where am I?
Are we talking about the same country?
Yeah,
What's
they would
going
put
on?
they would put water back into
Oh, what's
Mount Hope Bay, and it was too hot, and so it was killing all the marine life. So that's why they finally got
Well,
rid of it.
Boston Harbor, that's where the sewage used to go.
Yes.
Before they made Deer Island,
Right.
the sewage would go right into used to go out right next to the aquarium, the raw sewage.
Would you swim on Carson Beach?
I'm not a big beach person, but it's cleaned up a lot. I'll be honest with you.
Enough for you to swim in it.
I wouldn't swim in it. I might go down there and like hang on the wall, get some sun.
All right.
But I wouldn't swim in it.
You like to go tanning?
No, I used to. I went through a phase, but now I'm just like, whatever. Tanning fades the tattoos. That's the other thing.
Are you tatted everywhere or
I
just your arms?
I've got a
and
lot,
neck?
but it definitely, I've noticed over the years that it definitely,
Fading.
they're not fading. They're not as,
Exciting.
I lost all the yellow from,
Yeah.
from being out in the sun.
yeah, they just,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
they're not as,
Vibrant.
yeah. But the new thing is all black.
But
Yeah.
you can get them recolored, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you're back in the same way you were.
Yeah.
It's
Did
gonna
you?
fade.
I think Beckham has all black ones.
No, that's Kat Von D. She's going all
Oh.
black. But that's very painful.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, she did this tattoo. I was on the show, Miami Ink.
Really?
Stop it.
Yeah.
I used
That's
to
the-
watch Miami Ink.
Yeah, I was on it. Those are the same
No way.
roses she had on her face.
I have her liquid
Ooh.
liner.
Now that was an easy show to do because I just sat there and got tattooed.
And got tattooed.
Right.
Right.
That was easy. That was like, oh, okay, this is fun.
Right.
There was no drama.
What
I
other
was-
shows have you been on?
Split Ends, MTV Made, Super
Oh.
Animal Planet.
See, you love the shows.
Crackle, a bunch
I
of
feel like you're gonna go
Time.
again.
I think so too.
It's different now. I'm telling you.
Come on. You just don't like change.
It's a different dynamic, and it's a different. I'm trying to think of the word. It's a different It's a different landscape.
Hmm.
Everything's like I said, everything is too over the. You know what I'm saying? It's too over the top. They want too much.
Well, I mean, that's what I hear from people for social media. More and more people want true reality. They want unfiltered video posts.
Yeah, the people just
That's
look
what
like
people want.
fools.
Yeah,
And I'm an influencer. I was an influencer. Do you make any money?
right.
What do you do? I'm an influencer. You in the stupid Bachelor. What did she do? I'm an influencer. You probably work at Starbucks. I'm an influencer.
Oh,
Wow.
I feel like
I'm a
my
model.
hopes and
I'm
dreams
a
have been
model. I got 300 Instagram fans. Hey, the money's in OnlyFans.
I mean,
that's where the money.
I follow influencers. They've got to make something. It's a lot of work that they're doing in order to get all those.
Yeah, but they're
clothes.
not real.
They're not real. You're right.
And that's what the show's. It's not the real world,
Right.
and it screws a lot of kids up because it
Oh,
gives them like body
Right.
dysmorphia. They want to look like, you know what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's true.
Probably 1% of the world can make, not even half of 1% can make it as an influencer.
Right. So where
Sure.
did you get your creativity from?
I don't know. I just
He was born with it.
go on with it.
Baby, I'm
It's
born
like,
with it.
it's like being a good chef or a good, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's something, I'm artistic, I'm a photographer. It's left brain. Like math, I couldn't solve a math problem
Me neither.
if you paid me. It's
So
just-
I noticed on your Instagram page you do have a lot of artistic photography. So
yeah,
that's
I do
you.
all that, Julia.
Oh, okay.
I've been doing that for a long time. So anything in the salon, the models, I shoot them all. You know what I mean?
Oh.
But I gotta tell you, everything's going to video. So that's what you gotta jump on. Everything's reels.
Yeah, that's what Stephanie and I have a
Trust
shoot on
us,
Friday.
You know.
And I gotta tell you,
Oh,
if you really
yeah.
want to push it, but it's very hard to do, TikTok. That's the future.
Yeah.
TikTok, but forget posting a photo. You're wasting your time.
I know. Gregory keeps saying you gotta go on TikTok.
But I'm saying
gotta
you
go on
can do it on Instagram, but it's gotta be a reels.
Yeah.
I don't post photos
Right, Adam?
anymore. Right. Reels. But reels are tough because you can't dock videos harder because you can't filter it as much. You can't Photoshop it as much. That's the problem. Reels are real.
Reels are my favorite. I like creating reels.
Me
I
too.
do them a lot.
Yeah, reels are, then they get more views
They're fun.
Right.
because they changed the algorithm to compete with TikTok.
Right.
TikTok's all video.
Right.
Right.
But you
Tik-
can see something pretty and just video it and add some music, and it's kind of neat.
Yeah, but you need more.
He's not impressed with your reels.
No one is impressed with my reels. And that's
haven't
fine because I
seen
don't
a
do it for the
reel.
world. I do it for me.
So the other thing is now, remember it used to be followers?
Yeah.
Forget followers.
Right.
Oh, now it's threads.
No, it's
Oh.
not threads. It's you want views.
Right.
You know, because followers,
Who cares?
even the guy from Instagram said it. If someone's going to want to look at your stuff or they're going to message you, they're not going to do it on Instagram. They're going to do it on the DMs.
Right.
So getting followers, you want views.
Well, I
Forget
agree
followers.
because
Okay.
because if you are curating content, right? So
Right.
if you're going to follow someone for something very specific. But
Right.
really, if we go on, ultimately what people go on social media for is just as a brain drain, right? Like, I'm just going and mindless looking and, pretty video, right? Then you have to be authentic.
Yeah, but exactly.
You have to be authentic.
But today you have these main influencers and these TikTok. You got to stick to one thing. Like I'm sort of all over the place on mine, but that's just me. But anyone who really wants to do it, you got to do one thing and concentrate.
Right.
You can't
I agree.
do a video about real estate and then do a video taking your son playing hockey. People, you got to keep to get them really like millions and millions.
Yeah.
You need the same sort of content.
Right.
I mean, you can do them. You're going to get them. But anyone who's like, take it's Daniel Mack. The people, what do you do for a living? Nice car. Every video is the same.
Right.
And he's got millions, TikTok, millions of followers. But everything's video is the same. Nice kind of car. What do you do for a living? He asked him that question.
Right.
He goes up to people, Ferraris. But he's also in LA. There's a lot of nice cars.
Right.
You know, and in the beginning, people were like, who are you? Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? But now they know him. So they're like happy. Oh my God.
Right.
And they'll like tell him.
Right.
But it's a grind. It doesn't happen. It didn't happen overnight for him. And these people think that they're going to post and be an influencer and it's going to happen overnight. Yeah, they may get one lucky viral video, but then they just fade into oblivion.
Right.
You know, it's a very...
I have a sushi roll named after me.
I've had it. It's actually really good too.
And then one time I posted mascara and they ran out of it in every local store.
True story.
Really?
I'm a mini influencer.
No,
In my own mind.
Where'd you post it? On Friendster?
I posted it on...
Was this on MySpace?
It was on MySpace.
Was this on MySpace?
Basically, what are you trying to say?
Just trying to be funny.
Be a big frog in a little puddle.
I tell you, I tried. I know I had a lot of good... MySpace, I'll be honest with you, I knew nothing about computers till I got MySpace and Napster.
Napster.
But I'm saying it made you learn how to use a computer. Because MySpace in the beginning, you had to put all the codes in, you had to download them, the music. So anyway, so I know I had a lot of good old pictures on MySpace. But I lost...
I don't think I ever had one.
Everyone had a MySpace.
I don't think I was allowed.
All right, so anyway, I tried getting... Because I think Justin Timberlake bought it.
Oh.
Because he wanted to make it like a music thing. And so I tried, and this was years ago, a bunch of people tried like logging into their old accounts, like to get their old pictures, but they're
gone.
They wanted some password, but I think the email and the company that I used, I don't even think it was
Hotmail?
something like that. Yeah, they
No,
probably went out of
AOL.com.
Yeah. Earthlink.
Earthlink.
Did you post that through dial-up, that mascara?
It was dial-up internet, and it went wild.
Yeah.
But think about that, though.
And then wait. So then the woman in Osco, so somebody went in to go get it, and she goes,
Where?
I don't know, Osco.
What's that?
It's a drugstore. So the woman in Osco says, I don't know, some TV star mentioned it, and we're sold out everywhere.
I'll be honest with you. Makeup, you can get just as good stuff in. There's great makeup and some stuff in like drugstores.
Yeah.
And,
Oh yeah. You don't have to
For
go.
sure.
You
You don't have to spend $1 million.
You don't have to. It's all how you use it.
Well, now we're out of time.
Needs to be new.
Can you believe we already went an hour?
I'm
I
fascinated.
told you I'm good.
I love it.
I mean, you are so good.
That's why when they did the show, everyone loved when I talked because I can do it. I can do it one take and I'm done.
That's it. One take and we're done here.
These other kids, they would sit there for hours fucking trying to get like a sentence out. I'm like, oh my God. Me, I'm done.
This is amazing. Well, I don't know what to say.
Well, thank you.
This was so insightful.
Thank you for coming.
You are so great that you came for just little
Thank
Meredith
Wally
and
for
I.
getting me here.
And,
Thanks, Wally.
And
we
check
love you,
out
Wally.
Commune here. In
Oh yeah,
South
Commune
Boston.
here,
What's
and
your-
follow on Instagram.
Yeah.
Follow.
What's your handle? What's your social handles?
Sandy Poirier Official. That's my Instagram. And Commune here for the salon. So I have 2.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Have to do a picture, would you?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Thanks for
Thanks again.
thanks for joining us. Thanks, Andy.